Welcome back to the AB Scout Project. I'm Krager, and this is Alpha Bravo, and today I am super excited to get into this. This is the Transformers Missing Link, which is the fully posable G1 Optimus Prime. I literally just got it in the mail, haven't opened it yet, so this is going to be fun. We'll look at the box. Authentic Takara Tomy product as sold in Japan. Same thing on every side, pretty much. A little bit more legalese on the back. But pretty much same, just basic packaging. All right, we will open up the box here. And here's the good stuff. Oh, look at that. That is just sublime. I mean, people who complain as, oh, they're using the styrofoam. I don't care. I want the styrofoam. This is how it was on the shelves when I was a kid. I mean, this was, you saw this and it was like, you were excited. Granted, this is new art, and of course, it's mostly new, but the packaging is just like it was back in '84. Oh, man. This looks good. Got more shots on that side. Got your text back on this side. Got your different configurations. This is definitely more of the Diaclone release type where they'd show the different configurations you could do. So that's more of Diaclone pictures than the original Transformers. You do get that 1984 picture on the back. That's, it's just great. It just rings all the bells. The top, another picture of the Prime on the bottom, things and stuff. Beautiful. Just love it. All right, let's just get this guy out of the package, and then we'll start doing some comparisons. I said we were going to open it up, but I had one comparison before we open it up. We'll see the Encore box, and you see the price I paid for it, but that's all right. But you've got the Encore release and the new Missing Link release. And you can see, they did do plastic for the Encore release, but you can see the boxes, the way the window opens, things like that are pretty much the same. Just to give you an idea of what the classic was. This is the classic pose here. That's the new pose. But yeah, let's try flipping around the back. And you see, yeah, they did copy that. So yeah, they did have that in the Japanese release. So yeah. Looks good. All right, this time we're really going to take it out of the box. Now that you have the styrofoam out of the box, I like that they gave us our own little finger holds here. It's really nice. And you see how everything compacts, so once you take it out, you can put it back in pretty easily. I like that. These guys on sprues, of course, will not go back. They'll just be loose in there, but still it works. I mean, the additions to the G1, I mean, you get the Matrix, you get the Axe. But like G1, the missiles came on the sprue. The wheels for roller came on the sprue. Yeah, that's this little guy. There's your refueler pump and hose, so that's cool. Yeah, also comes with your instructions, the decoder sheet for the box, the card, instructions, and I think there's also some stickers in here. Get the Alpha Bravo to stay standing. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty neat. When they announced this, I thought this was going to be the coolest thing. Yep, this is all the stuff to do on the trailer. So I'll have to do that later. But, oh, so cool. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the box. I'm going to get roller assembled, and then we'll start getting into our review. All right, and here is Missing Link in his truck mode. Oh, man, this is good. It's like this is like first time that I've actually got to handle a G1-ish Optimus Prime fresh out of the package. I do have like I think it was the 25th anniversary Prime that they released that I just kept in the box. So this is the first one, a brand new one. It's the first time I had a trailer that all the joints are tied on. It's just really nice. Just super nice. I mean, rolls great. We'll flip it around here, let you see everything about it. Looks just like the G1. So let's go ahead and bring in the G1. So, there, get that thing hitched to. You saw this has been a well-loved trailer and and all. And let's get a top on so you can see both of them here. You see, pretty much identical. So if we take away the cabs for a sec. That's what I'm saying that I'm not used to tight trailers, because I'm used to the trailers where these just pop off. It looks like there was a slight redesign on them, because there's a little bit more catch on these than was on the original. But otherwise, they look the same. One thing I did notice already is that this is molded on now instead of being the trigger for roller. So there is no receptacle for roller in the Missing Link trailer. So it just kind of rolls around loose. See that side. See, this still has the top hole. Yeah. Otherwise, pretty much all the same. I mean, the mold on the door seems to be a bit shallower than the original, but otherwise it's the same. Alright, let's get the cabbies in here. And this is where we really want to spend our time. You see, yeah, let's see this exact same wheelbase. Looks like Missing Link is like maybe a millimeter longer. That may just be a optical illusion. No, that actually is. Wheelbase is exactly the same. So there's a little bit more on the front. Now this front is die cast like the original, so that's cool. The feet, okay, the feet are die cast too, like the original. So what was die cast before is die cast now. They did add extra pegs into the smokestacks, so they don't do this. So they did some improvements as they went. Of course, one thing they did was they got rid of the Diaclone cockpit in lieu of a matrix chamber. And I don't know if you can take that out or not. I don't want to really break it at this point, so we're just going to leave it. And of course, the fist holes are gone on the Missing Link because the fists are built into the transformation. So pretty cool. Take out the G1. Bring back the trailer. Now, instead of looking back, let's look forward. For what came after. Here's the Earthrise. You can see the trailer, really small, much smaller. Yeah, the Earthrise trailer, I will never stop complaining about that. But yeah, try to get you a good shot of both of them here, just so you can see. And you can see the Earthrise cab is a lot more updated. This trailer's out again. More updated trailer, or more updated cab. But you can see a lot more greeble, but less detail. If you can understand what I'm saying there. More greebly bits, but this looks more like a real truck. So, and that was one thing they did do with the Diaclone and G1 line, was get the most vehicle accuracy they could. And I think they did a great job of it. And after a while, you started getting compromises, which is understandable. But yeah, that's how it compares to the Earthrise. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and look at the trailer base station. Get a bit wider shot so you can see this. And this looks really good. It looks just like the original G1. One thing I was saying earlier, that there is no receptacle for roller, even though roller has the two pegs in the back. There's nothing for him to stick in, so if you leave him in the trailer, he just flops around loose. So, let's go ahead and look at roller while we've got him here. Here's the G1 and the original. There was some G1s where he was gray in the original, but you can see they did update the mold. Let's see, are those pegs at the same distance? Yeah. So theoretically, we can test that out later. This should fit in the old launcher. They did change the hole size there. This was the smaller hole. This is our 5mm standard. Otherwise, they look pretty much the same. Just a small mold update. And with the gray color, I think, if I remember right, it was the Japanese release had silver and Americans had blue. So, anyway. Other things we can compare, the oiler for, let's zoom here, oiler for Missing Link, G1 oiler. Let's get into the same side. Again, the G1 looks like a bit sharper mold. If you can see that, if I can get it to zoom. There we go. Like the mold on the G1 looks a bit sharper. Like it might be the same mold, it might be mold degradation. I don't know, or they might have just made a new mold and just kind of made it vaguely like the other one. This had to have been a new mold. See if you can see that. You can see there's a lot more detail in the original than the new one. So this had to have been a brand new mold. Either that or I got a KO. But anyway. Yep. Let's go ahead and compare G1 stations. See, this is a little loose. We can see they look pretty close to the same. Like I said, there's no retention for roller before. And so we put on roller on the new one. And there's nothing for it. There is pegs to hold the gun on like the original did. So yeah, otherwise, most of it looks the same. They did, both of these articulate. They did beef up the plastic on this, so this is a new mold, so it's a little bit tougher. Looks like the radar dish is the same mold. Let's see, got pretty decent springs on the new one, where the springs have degraded on the G1, along with the joints. But hey, that's what 40 years does to a toy. So yeah, not too bad. Alright, so here's the launcher for a roller. So let's see if the new one works with the old launcher. Yep, actually pretty well. Mostly because these wheels spin really well. This one, not so much. It's I need to go back and trim off the nubs. Whoever put the tires on the original roller didn't take the nubs off. Alright. And final comparison is the laughable Earthrise. And at least he had roller retention. I mean, he had a 5mm peg back there to hold roller, and a much smaller roller. And then of course you had to buy a different set to even get a roller for Earthrise. So yeah. Yeah, I'll never stop complaining about the Earthrise trailer. Love Earthrise Prime. Hate the trailer. Alright. Alright, let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the robot mode. One more thing I forgot to mention before going to robot mode. This tower, you can actually pull forward in this case. It's really tight, but you can pull it, actually pull the tower off. And it does have rollers on it, so you can have your own movable combat station. There you go, now it's moved for speed. So, yeah. So it can do that thing from that comic that one time. Alright. Now, robot mode. Finally, here we have Missing Link in his robot mode. Of course, it did do a anime accurate coloring, but it didn't come with a trailer, so I bought the one with the trailer. So, this guy's really cool. He's got his gun, he's got his axe, and he got his matrix in there, which I did find out while transforming him, that you can pop out the matrix chamber. There's two notches in there. You can pop it out and have the Diaclone cockpit in there. So, that's cool. There's actually a mod kit for the original G1 that could do that. That gave you a matrix chamber. But anyway, this is really cool. As you can see, really posable. It has the same arm cable that you used to have. The arms are actually pretty much the same as the original, but they give you some clacky joints in there. The hands are actually a part of the forearm. This is actually the axe is on a clamshell. Take that out there so you can see the hands. Hands open and close. They rotate. They rotate in. That's for transformation. One thing cool, these were stickers on the original. This is now molded, painted detail. So that's really cool. This is molded, painted detail. Oh, it's just great. The wheels are now hip skirts. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you say. There is still no waist to them. I break in here from the edit bay, but I did find the ab crunch. You do have to take the matrix chamber out, but there is an ab crunch joint in there right on this pin here. So he does have an ab crunch, and he does have a waist, but really minimal movement. That's about all you get, even when you put all the hip skirts up. That's all the waist you get. So, the more posability. It still looks really good. Still love this guy. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program. You could tell that they had to work really hard to get the joints for the legs. I mean, knees are knees, nice clacky knees. You turn the toe for your ankle tilt, and of course up and down from the transformation joint. But with the hip, it's just this small swivel right here, so I'd be really careful with that. I was kind of scared to turn it myself. You can see, really tight. You really just don't want to try to turn that willy-nilly. You actually want to hold this back here before you turn it. And you can kind of see the back here. These are kind of on a slider. They don't have a hinge on them. These are on a slider to be able to separate the legs. To actually do like the splits, it's on this joint here. So again, you kind of got to hold this plate in place so that you can move that joint out. So they did the best they could within the confines to put a lot of little joints in there so that he could stand. So yeah, and the head turns now. I mean, that was a big revolution from G1. All right, let's turn it down here. And of course, one thing about the axe, let me get the axe that came with Centurion here. It looks like they started from the axe that came with the Centurion set. They rotated it. They rotated the receptacle to where it was underneath, so you didn't have to turn the wrist to get it in there. So it was more natural hand position. But I think they actually did start with this to come to this. And they added the clamshell hinge there so that you could, mostly close it over the hand. It doesn't close all the way, but you get most of the way there. So that's pretty neat. All right, let's bring in the OG after I get his gun out of the trailer. All right. And of course, I've got the old hands to where he can't hold his gun straight, but that's how I like my Optimus, a G1 Optimus. And you can see just the colors. They actually did do a new head sculpt. It's a cleaner head sculpt. Otherwise, like I said, these were stickers before. Now they're molded in detail. Mine's missing. I need to get a sticker pack for mine. That's becoming very apparent to me right now. But yeah, they looks a lot like it. There's not any really reused parts. They remolded the whole thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. These look pretty close, but they look like two different sizes. Like I said, that extra millimeter on there. Yeah, that is really cool. I dig it. Let's do a 360 here so you can see how much more cool. And of course you do have, manufacturing stamps on the new one, which there was no manufacturing stamps on the original. Yeah. And of course what the G1 Primes tend to do is those legs want to go in transformation mode. But yeah, I like it. Take out the OG and bring in the new Earthrise. And you can see how we got there from here. A little bit taller on the Earthrise for the new scale, but this is still kind of a shorter Voyager. So yeah, really cool. I dig it. And it's definitely something I'd recommend to have in your collection. This is just fun. So I think that's really about there to talk about. I mean, he's fun, he's posable, does lots of things. Be careful with the hip joints and anything, all the joints in here. But otherwise, I think it's a pretty solid toy. A definite must for somebody who's been in it from the beginning, or if you just love G1 Prime. Definitely worth it. All right. So, is this going to be a new G1 or IDW Prime? No, but it's a really fun piece to have on your shelf. So, thanks for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.